Von der Leyen s.n.u.b during Boris call sparks Brexit outrage and insult to every Briton. Brexiteers are furious with Brussels after Boris Johnson revealed that the EU has continued to refuse to let him speak with Angela Merkel and Emmanuel Macron for breakthrough trade talks. Brexiteers exploded in outrage amid news that European Commission boss Ursula von der Leyen again refused to let Boris Johnson speak privately Angela Merkel and Emmanuel Macron. Earlier this week, the Prime Minister said he would go to Paris and Berlin as well as Brussels to try and get this home and get a deal. He reiterated this today following his highly anticipated call with the European Commission President, in which they agreed to go the extra mile to find a deal. Following the call, Mr. Johnson told the press, "The UK certainly won't be walking away from the talks. I think people will expect us to go the extra mile. I repeated my offer, which is if it's necessary to talk to other capitals, then I'm very happy to do that. The Commission is very determined to keep the negotiations on the way that they be done between us and the Commission, and that's fine." However, on Friday Tory MP Imran Ahmed Khan called the initial s.n.u.b an insult to Britain. He tweeted, "I stand with millions of Britons that are deeply insulted at the shocking news that the German Chancellor has refused the British Prime Minister's request for a telephone call. This is an insult to every Briton, whether they support our PM or not. Have our EU friends no regard or respect for the UK and our nation's sacrifices that permit them to live in freedom and prosperity today, safely away from the shadow of totalitarianism? The EU's contemptuous treatment of the UK makes it clear there cannot be a deal until it accepts the UK as a sovereign equal and awards us the respect and regard we merit." Reacting to this tweet, former Brexit Party MEP Anne Widdecombe told Unlocked, "Why should we be surprised? The EU has been insulting us for a very, very long time. It has refused to take our departure seriously and refused to recognize our sovereignty. The EU has openly laughed at us all the way through negotiations. The EU has insulted us right for the start." Reports in today's Sunday Times have suggested that if the deadlock in talks continues, both Mr. Macron and Mrs. Merkel will come under increasing pressure to intervene. This comes amid growing concerns about the impact of a no-deal on the European-wide economy. Chief negotiators Lord Frost and Michel Barnier, and their teams, will continue the talks immediately. It is understood the pair were able to make progress on the so-called level playing field after Mr. Johnson complained the EU was seeking to punish Britain for moving away from the EU's rulebook. EU and UK officials are said to be working on future plans for managed divergence.